Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Hazrat Ibrahim A.S. was endowed with spiritual understanding from an early age. Allah enlightened his heart and mind, gave him wisdom from childhood. Allah the Almighty stated, "Indeed, we bestowed aforetime on Abraham his portion of guidance, and we were well acquainted with him as to his belief in the oneness of Allah." Chapter 21, verse 51. During his early childhood, Abraham, peace be upon him, realized that his father made strange statues. One day, he asked him about what it was he made. His father replied that he made statues of gods. Ibrahim a.s. was astonished and he spontaneously rejected the idea. Being a child, he played with such statues, sitting on their backs as people sit on the backs of donkeys and mules. One day his father saw him riding the statue of Pbuh, and he became furious. He ordered his son not to play with it again. Ibrahim a.s. asked, "What is this statue, father? It has big ears, bigger than ours." His father answered, "It is Pbuh, the god of gods, son. These big ears show his deep knowledge." This made Ibrahim a.s. laugh. He was only 7 years old at that time. Years passed, and Ibrahim a.s. grew. Since his childhood, his heart had been full of hatred for those idols. He could not understand how a sane person could make a statue and then worship what he had made. He noticed that these idols did not eat, drink, or talk, and they could not even turn themselves right side up if someone turned them upside down. How then could people believe that such statues could harm or believe them or benefit them? Abraham a.s.'s people had a big temple full of idols, in the middle of which was a niche accommodating the biggest gods, which was of different kinds, qualities, and shapes. Abraham, peace be upon him, used to go to the temple with his father when he was a child, greatly despised all that wood and stone. What surprised him was the way his people behaved when they entered the temple. They bowed and started to cry, begging and imploring their gods for help as if the idols could hear or understand these requests. At first, such a sight seemed funny to Ibrahim a.s., but later he began to feel angry. Was it not astonishing that all those people could be deceived? What added to the problem was that his father wanted him to be a priest when he was grown. He wanted nothing more from his son than that he revere those statues. Yet Ibrahim a.s. never stopped displaying his hatred and disdain of them. One night, Hazrat Ibrahim a.s. left his house to go to a mountain. He walked alone in the dark until he chose a cave in the mountain where he sat, resting his back against its wall. He looked at the sky. He had hardly seen it when he remembered that he was looking at planets and stars, which were worshipped by some people on earth. His young heart was filled with tremendous pain. He considered what was beyond the moon, the stars, and the planets, that is Allah, and was astonished that these celestial bodies were worshipped by men when they had been created to worship and obey their Creator, appearing and disappearing at His command. Hazrat Ibrahim a.s. addressed his people with worship celestial bodies as Almighty Allah revealed. Thus did we show Abraham, peace be upon him, the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, that he be one of those who have faith and certainty. When the night covered him over with darkness, he saw a star. He said, "This is my Lord." But when it set, he said, "I like not that." Those who set, when he saw the moon rising up, he said, "This is my Lord." But when it set, he said, "Unless my Lord guides me, I shall surely be among the erring people." When he saw the sun rising up, he said, "This is my Lord, this is greater." But when it said, he said, "O my people, I am indeed free from all that you join as partners in worship with Allah. Verily, I have turned my face towards Him who has created the heavens and the earth, Hanifan, Islamic monotheism, that is, worshipping none but Allah alone. And I am not of the al-mushrikeen, those who worship others beside Allah." His people disputed with him. He said, "Do not dispute with me concerning Allah while He has guided me, and I fear not those whom you associate with Allah in worship. Nothing can happen to me except when my Lord Allah wills something. My Lord comprehends in His knowledge in things. Will you not then remember? And how should I fear those whom you associate in worship with Allah, though they can neither benefit nor harm? While you fear not that you have joined in worship with Allah things for which He has not sent down to you any authority. So which of the two parties has more right to be in security? If you but know, it is those who believe in the oneness of Allah and worship none but Him alone, and confuse not the belief with zulm, wrong, that is, by worshipping others besides Allah. For them only there is security, and they are the guided. And that was our proof which we gave Abraham salam against his people. We raise whom we will in degrees. Certainly your Lord is all-wise, all-knowing. In that debate, Ibrahim salam clarified to his people that the celestial bodies do not serve as deities and cannot be worshipped as partners with Allah the Almighty. Indeed, these bodies are created, things fashioned, controlled, managed, and made to serve. They appear sometimes and disappear at others, going out of sight from our world. However, Allah the Almighty does not lose sight of anything, and nothing can be hidden from Him. He is without end, everlasting, without disappearance. There is no other deity but Allah.
شريك لك الله لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك يا لبيك يا رحمن يا رحيم يا ودود يا شكور يا الله لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك